Carla, let's start out. Are you over the heartbreak of the last one yet? I know that was a painful one.
I wouldn't say I'm quite over it because I definitely want to go back in there and make it happen again, but I've definitely put it past me so that I can focus on this fight.
Talk about your thoughts about that, because I know you didn't get the result you want, but a lot of people, I thought, said, hey, that performance was great from Carla. She looked good. She showed some new things. She looked fantastic. So do you take positives out of that performance even though you didn't get the result you wanted?
I definitely take a lot of positives out of it. As you said, like a lot of people said, I put on a good performance. I think I showed a lot of new tools, and that's my goal in every fight, just to show that I'm growing and constantly evolving.
Feels like maybe unfinished business, though, that needs to be revisited at some point?
Oh, 100%.
All right, well, you got another matchup on you right now. What do you think? You know, they bring you the undefeated newcomer against, you know, the former champion. When you get put in that position, what did you think when they offered this matchup to you?
Well, stylistically, I thought it was a very interesting matchup, and like off the bat, I knew it was something that the fans were going to get really excited about. You know, two high-level wrestlers like this. I don't think our division has seen something like this before, so I think it's going to be a good one for sure. But as far as her like being an up-and-comer, I mean, she's been dominating everyone, and you know, that's, you know, I know she's hungry, she's young, she's looking to drive up to the top. She's been moving pretty fast, so it's my job to stop that.
I always wonder, you know, when you're in a position like yourself, if you look at the young ones and say, oh, look, you know, they're trying to get her to come take my spot. You know, do you have a little chip on your shoulder and say, hey, I got to prove it's not her time yet?
Maybe a little bit, but I mean, I think that comes with anybody. I don't care if you're old, you're young, you're black, you're white, you're freaking an alien. Like, if you're trying to take my spot, I can't let that happen.
Very nice. Well, it sounds like you have some respect for her game, though. Break down what you see. What have you been impressed by what she's done so far?
I mean, this is like one of the, you know, at the time, one of the top wrestlers in the world. You know, I have my credentials as well. I was an All-American in college, but, you know, I definitely think it's going to be very interesting because I feel I have the edge, you know, otherwise, you know, maybe in the boxing department and just overall experience. So I think, you know, a lot of things are just going to kind of level out, and hopefully, you know, I've been in a lot of deep water, so hopefully that's going to kind of give me an edge, you know, if things kind of take a turn to where I can come back from that.
What do you feel like this brings to you? Because I feel like hardcores definitely know her credentials and what she brings to the table, but she doesn't have the name recognition that you have from your experience. So do you feel like it's one of those tough spots, or do you feel like you gain something out of this win?
I definitely think I gained something out of this win because I think, you know, maybe people might not know everything about her, but I think, you know, there's been talks and it's like, oh, who's this new up-and-comer? What's going on with her? You know, she's the female Khabib, she's this, that, you know, so I definitely think you know, that people might not like know so much, but they know that she's you know, there's hype behind her for sure.
No doubt. So you said it's something the division hasn't seen. Are you expecting you know, a back and forth kind of all-out brawl? Are you expecting to be able to go in and dominate? I mean, what are you expecting to see?
I mean, I never go into any fight looking, you know, expecting to dominate, but that's something that obviously I'm always going for. I've been training really hard for this fight, so I'm hoping that, you know, always hoping for to be able to catch something, catch a slip, and knock him out, submit him, whatever.